or 100,000 miles. Rust preparation means you got rusting from the inside out. Now, if you have a chip and there's rust on it, that's not warrantable because that's not a defect from the manufacturer. In the material or the workmanship, that's caused from outside influence. Let me explain that. So the question is, how do I keep my warranty valid? When we go in the shop after, I'm gonna go over all your maintenance requirements, but in your owner's manual it says that to keep your warranty valid, you have to service your vehicle at a licensed repair facility, so you don't have to come back to the dealer. I would be lying to you if I said your warranty is gonna be void unless you come back here. That's not true. As long as you go to a licensed repair facility, right, and follow the guidelines of what the manufacturer says. And actually on the newer Hyundais, it's 7,500 miles between an oil change. That's what's recommended. Yeah, my recommendation is 3,750. Cut it in half. Yeah, because Hawaii, the stop and go traffic, the hills, the mountains, it's crazy. I see the oil come out, it comes out black. Actually, I got some parts in the shop I may be able to show you guys later on an older vehicle that the person didn't change all crud all over. The oil just breaks down. We'll go over that in the shop. But to answer your question, you have to go to a licensed repair facility and do what your owner's manual says. Is AC mildew smell. This is something, like I said, I was a technician. I was a technician for, I don't know, 12, 15 years. And I would get in cars and I'd smell this mildew, you know, after it's about 2 years old, and people would complain about it all the time, still till today. Again, high humidity in Hawaii, mildew, bacteria grows in these air conditioning systems. So if you guys had AC at home, you take the front plate off your air conditioning on a window unit and you see that silver coil there. Well, that silver coil is under your dash, okay? And you can't see it on a car. If you notice when you took that plate off, everything's kind of moist. Well, you got that moisture on your dash. And that, if you use your AC all the time, in Hawaii, we never use our heater. That thing never really dries out. Mold starts to grow. And then after time, you get this smell. So I'm telling you, while your cars are new, a way to prevent it. Once a month, run your heater. Dry it out on there. It'll kill any of that bacteria. That's the first thing. Okay? The second thing is you have a recirculation and a fresh air mode on your air conditioning system. Do you guys know that? Okay, recirculation, what that's for is to recirculate the air in the car so you don't smell outside fumes on a bus, traffic, in a tunnel. Other than that, you really shouldn't be using it too much. Because if you're recirculating air in a car, mold will grow faster, right? Because of the dampness in the car, it'll never dry out. So use fresh air more than none. Use a recirculation when you need to use it, when you don't want to smell outside air. Okay? Those are two tricks that you guys need to know. Back to the brakes. So I went over the brake squeak. Another thing is anti-lock brakes. Every vehicle you have here that you guys own have anti-lock brakes. Anti-lock brakes, there's an acronym for it, ABS, right? Okay. And what happens is when you make a panic stop, say somebody jumps out in front of you, whatever, and you need to stop, you're gonna feel your brake pedal just pounding on your foot, almost massaging your foot. And you're gonna get panicked. You can say, oh my God, what is that? Okay? That's the anti-lock brakes working, activating. They're sensing your vehicle slowing down at not an even rate, your tire locking up, hydroplaning on the ground, and it's releasing your brake pedal within milliseconds. So you have a controlled stop. So when you feel that happen, you need to stand on the brake and let the computer do the work for you. Does that make sense? In the old days, our parents said, when that starts to happen, your vehicle starts skidding, pump my brakes so I can control the stop. Well, with anti-lock brakes, you need to make sure you stand on your brakes and the computer will do it for you. And don't panic if you feel that brake pedal vibrating like that. All right? It's another question I get all the time. I'm gonna go over one more thing in here, which is washing your car, taking care of the exterior, interior of your vehicle, which is very important. It's part of maintenance, right? Then we're gonna take a little break. You can use the bathrooms, restrooms, whatever you wanna do. Drink some water, okay? And then we'll all go in the shop. And there's some technicians that stayed late. our parts manager, and we're gonna learn about the maintenance of your vehicle. You're gonna get to walk underneath your vehicle and all that in the shop. And at the end of the clinic, we're gonna deploy an airbag. So you guys get to see what happens when an airbag deploys, okay? And you're gonna learn about wearing your seatbelt. You're gonna wanna know why you gotta wear your seatbelt after you see that, all right? So, I got this bucket, I got some rags and all this stuff here. And I got these products. Now these products are all professional products. They're made by Auto Magic. And I go over this all the time. Because I feel that taking care of this part of your car makes you feel better when you get in your car. And it'll make your car last a lot longer. So we're gonna start with washing the exterior of your car. Now we have free car washes. You wanna come in for a car wash, all you gotta do is call us up or go on our website and go to service tab. I don't know if anybody's ever used it. And boom, click For the People Car Wash and your appointment's set, right? Or call 233-6000 or 791-1800. Ask for service and we'll set you an appointment for a car wash, okay? I'm gonna get to that. That paper, he's asking about the paper. That's different prices on all our detail packages. If you don't wanna do this. So after I do all this, you can decide what you wanna do, okay? So, first thing is, you want to wash your car once a week, the exterior wash, all right? And you can do a hand wash, or you can use a car wash. Honda Windward has a very good car wash. I hate to mention their name in my clinic, but they have a nice car wash, the Auto Spa right here, which works well, okay? I don't recommend using a Aloha gas station or something like that, but the ones that are like McKinley, the one in Waipio, and this one here, those three are probably the best car washes on the island, and they work pretty well. Okay, so if you don't want to do this, you want to use a car wash, you can. Okay, or you can hand wash, which is always pretty much the best. You want to use good products. You want to get a wash mitt. You never want to wash your car with a sponge, because a sponge will hold on to the dirt you pick up and scratch your car. Okay, so use something like this or a soft bristle car wash brush. Okay, get yourself some car soap. Don't use Dawn or Tide because it bubbles up and suds up nice. What it does is it strips the wax off the car, strips the sealants, and dulls your paint. You want to get a light, mild car wash detergent. Okay? It's in the bucket. I got this bucket right here. I put all these products in the bucket. Now, water hose and do it in a shaded area. Do it in the morning or do it in the afternoon when the car's cool. Okay? Don't do it in the hot sun. It's going to streak up your car, all right? Wet the car down, wet this down, all right? Get the soap, pour the soap right on here, okay? Don't pour it in a bucket and put water in the bucket. You don't even need to do that. Why? Because every time you put it in the bucket, you're picking up dirt. It's no good. If you want to do that, there's like a cage to put on the bottom that raises up a little bit so the dirt falls to the bottom. All you got to do is wet this, put soap on here, wash half the car you can get with this. Usually if it's real big, maybe a quarter of the car at a time. Rinse it out, more soap, wash, right? Top to bottom. It's the first thing. Now you want to clean your rims as you're washing the car, right? Now the rims, you got to be careful because they have a clear coat on them. They have paint on them. People don't realize that and they scratch them up. Get a soft bristle brush like this. See how soft this is? Right? I like this long one so I don't need to bend down, like bend scrub right here, okay? Do not clean your rims with rim cleaner. They got that Wheel Bright, you can buy at Checker and all that. That has acid in it. It dulls the rim, it damages it. What you want to use is Simple Green, a good heavy-duty degreaser. That's all you need. Spray it on your rims at full strength. First spray water, spray that, agitate it with this. Rinse it off, your rims will look great. If you did that once a week, you'll keep them shiny all the time, okay? If you want, get yourself a hard bristle brush and do the same thing with the Simple Green and scrub the tire, okay? I don't have Simple Green in here. I do have a degreaser, a power foam degreaser. It's pretty much the same thing, okay? But that is what you want to use as a degreaser, okay? Now, when you dry your car, you want to use one of a couple things. A chamois. This is not a natural chamois, it's a synthetic chamois. Or a microfiber chamois, but not a terry cloth towel. Okay, terry cloth towels work good, but the cloth, the fibers are too big and it can scratch the paint, right? They'll make hairline scratches in your paint. But get something like this. Rinse this, bring it out, okay? Dry the car top to bottom, self-explanatory, right? This and this, when you're done with them, if you want to keep them good, you throw them in the wash or scrub them out and hang them. Don't put them in the dryer, okay? That's pretty much washing the exterior. Once a week you want to do that, right? Nothing special to it. The glass you can wash with the wash mitt. You don't got to use glass cleaner. When you're using a hose, get a low pressure nozzle. Always do on the fender wells with the pressure. And the rim's good, right? Like I said, when you spray down the rim. On the fender wells, that'll keep dirt from building up under there. If you did that once a week, again, you will prevent the dirt from building up, okay? So when the water dries, it leaves a ring, right? So if the water spot's on the glass, the specific question you got, it's real hard to get out. We have an abrasive cleaner. It has to be abrasive, like a compound, and manually have to scrub them out. Now there is acids that get them out, okay? And I bought them over the years for my detail guys, right? Because it gets them out quick, you wipe it off. But also that acid could damage the windshield and leave haze marks. So be careful. The best way to prevent the water spots is, the next step I'm getting to next, is waxing the car and maintenance. Because over time, those water spots will come if you don't have a coat of wax on it, all right? Another thing is sprinklers. Don't park by a sprinkler. If you live in a condo and them sprinklers go on and you got no choice, I would complain if that thing's going on my car to the property manager and say, look, man, have them come and turn that sprinkler head or something, get away from my car, because it will damage your paint. It will eat into your paint. And sometimes you can't get them water spots. No matter how hard you buff or whatever we do professionally to get them off, they'll damage the paint on the car, okay? So now we're gonna talk about wax in the car. Once a month, you should put a coat of wax in your car, okay? What you wanna use, the product is a carnauba wax. Carnauba, remember that name. Because carnauba is a natural product and it makes a great barrier between the atmosphere and the clear coat on a car, right? See, has anybody heard of industrial fallout? Anybody heard of that? Yeah? Some of you heard of it. Okay, industrial fallout comes from the atmosphere, airplanes flying over, them brakes are metallic I talked about, little pieces of metal flying in the atmosphere. Well, it lays on top of your paint. And if you go look at a white car, I guarantee you'll see little rust dots in the paint. You'll be like, wow. If you own a white car, go look at your car, you got it. Okay, you're gonna say, my car's rusting, Jerry, I need a new paint job. Well, that's not what it is. It's not coming from the car, it's coming from the atmosphere and it's laying on top of your paint. And eventually it's gonna start embedding in the paint and staining the paint. Now, a way to prevent it from embedding in the paint is once a month putting a coat of wax on there, right? Now you got the atmosphere, you got the fallout, you got the wax, and then you got your paint. So the fallout's staying on top of the wax, and then when you wash your car, you're knocking it right off, okay? But once a month is pretty often to wax your car, but it really should be done. And the proper way to do it is you always want to have good products. You always want to have clean products, all right? Get a mitt, just like this, okay? This is a wax applicator. This one I recommend, a professional wax applicator. You get it nice and moist, okay? Not soaking wet, just moist to wring it out. This you can pour right on a cool hood, cool roof, whatever, or you can put it on here. Now when you apply it, you don't want to do like Mr. Miyagi said and wax on, circular motions. Don't do that. What that will do is create webbing because you're always using the same motion and you'll see web marks, especially in dark cars. What you want to do is apply it like this, in a latitudinal motion, okay, back and forth, right? Let it haze up, and then when you wipe it off, you get yourself a microfiber towel and go the opposite way, right? Crosshatch pattern. If you always do that, you won't get that web mark. You really won't see much scratches, okay? But I'm gonna tell you, if you have a black car in the sunlight, no matter what you do, how good you take care of it, you will see fine scratches. It is what it is, you know. We got a body shop, he does show cars, and you know, after they wash that car one time you put it in the sun, it happens, okay? So you gotta be, if you have a black car, you know, don't drive yourself crazy looking in the sun, because it's gonna happen. But to prevent that webbing, do like I said, okay? The first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna show you a little technology. Roger's grabbing, it's called a GDS. All it is a laptop, a tough book that actually communicates with your vehicle. When you come in and you have a diagnostic issue like a check engine light, that yellow amber lamp, or the ABS light we talked about, airbag light, anything like that, we hook this computer up to your car. And if you remember Cliff Reed talking about Blue Link, well, let me explain to you how the technology works today. This is how high tech it is. If you have Blue Link and your check engine light comes on in your car, right? It communicates to Hyundai's database, then communicates to the dealer. It'll tell you, do you want to set a service appointment? Ties into our database, sets a service appointment, feeds into this thing right here, gives us your fault code so we're prepared to repair your vehicle. It's that high, okay? Now with this laptop, I think Roger's gonna turn on your windshield wipers right now. Is that correct? Okay. So let it just load up, and you're gonna see the windshield wipers turn on in this car, just like this. Okay? That's technology, isn't it? How can he talk to your car and tell the wipers go on with a laptop? Isn't that amazing? What else can you do? Okay, he's gonna turn on the headlamps.
The low beam. You can turn on your high beam.
Horn. Right turn signal, left turn signal, horn, just with a laptop. And the reason I want to show you this is I already talked about we have an express lane, and years ago we did a bad job pushing your way to other places, right? Going to all them other places. Well, now we have all the amenities at a dealership, so you don't have to go anywhere else. We want you to come here, and we're not going to be overpriced and push you away. We're going to be competitive. Our oil change is $35. We give you 120 days of roadside assistance coverage, road hazard coverage on your tires for a $35 oil change. Goodyear doesn't do that, okay? Goodyear don't even give you a 20-minute oil change, your next one's free, or a 30-minute oil. We do that, right? And Goodyear does not have this machine as well. See, we always had this machine for years, and that's why, as dealers, we were a little arrogant and said, well, we got that, so come to us. But we also got everything else now. Tires, we're a tire center. I'll match price tires on anybody, okay, including Costco. That's what I do. Me and